So okay, a couple things we need to go over that we cannot say certain things, right? Like we got to still keep your location undisclosed. We've got to keep that stuff like kind of under wraps. I think we don't
Correct.
talk about the current things that you're doing now, but we talk about like stuff in the past. So,
Mm.
uh, essentially, I think it would be cool to just start from the beginning and um, like I want to talk about boot camp because
Okay.
I was telling some other people about your experience at boot camp, and I'm like, okay, I know I've got some wrong information as far as like certain like timelines and certain things because I I was like telling somebody about just how you guys didn't even know the other person arrived.
Yeah.
And so I just want to go back to the beginning. Like, you
All right.
know, when we first went to the recruiter's office, maybe talk me through like your what was going through your brain when you were sitting in front of Staff Sergeant King for that very first conversation that, mom and I and you guys were there. Like what,
Yeah.
I don't know, step me through that. Like what was going on inside your brain?
For me, I was just excited. That was the only feelings that I had. I was just ready to like sign the infantry contract and just get right to it. There wasn't like a lot going through my brain. I was just pretty excited.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just ready to get started.
just ready to go. Yeah.
Yeah. Was that the
That's how I
same as
remember
you,
feeling.
Silas?
I was, but there was also like an aspect where I was like, we never really did research. At least I didn't before, I signed up for this. I was just like, well, I know boot camp is hard. And at least that's what I've heard from, friends. And, and I was like, infantry contract. All right. Like, I mean, we're going to have nothing like, we're going to have nothing to help us out in the world after we are done our contract. So I was like, but if my brother's doing it, then I'm just going to do it because I mainly, my sole purpose of joining the Marine Corps was because Hughes can do it. And I think like, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, Caden, but like when you text a mom and say like, hey, I'm going to join the Marine Corps, you knew that I was going to say, okay, well, if you're going to do it, then I'm going to do it. And that's kind of
Uh,
like,
I had a hunch that he was gonna say he was gonna do it with me, but I deep down I wanted him to do it with me, so I wasn't going through it all by myself. But if he decided, you know what, that's not for me, I still would have joined. I still would have definitely just been like, all right, you know,
Yeah.
and then just gone with it.
So when you, so like in order to get into the Marine Corps, I mean, there's some stuff that you guys got, like you have to go through,
Yeah,
right, in order to even just get accepted into the Marine Corps.
right.
Like, like, what's that? What are those things that you have to do?
I mean, I think like first step is just find like the nearest like recruiting station near you, and then you can either walk in or just call the number or whatever, and then you can just set up like an appointment almost. You're not signing any papers, you're just basically talking. Basically what we did. Remember that one night you were just talking to
Yep.
Sasser and King. We
Is
didn't
Staff
sign a
Sergeant
single
King.
paper. We just went in. He was basically just explaining things, making them more just like just easier to understand.
Yeah.
Then after that, you can set up another appointment, signing like papers. I don't exactly know what it was, and then it's like you got to go to MEPS processes.
It's the worst.
Yeah, you
You,
basically just
yeah, you broke out for a second, so you got to go to MEPS and what?
oh yeah, just like there's not a lot that you have to do. It's more of like on the recruiter's end. Like
Yeah.
you just tell him you want to join, you want to go through this process, and then he's just gonna give you timelines basically.
Nice.
Like he's gonna be like, y'all be at your house here at this time, and then we'll just go to MEPS. We'll get some like paperwork done,
Hmm.
and then you just go back and forth for a couple weeks, and then
Do you guys
you
remember
know,
MEPS? Like, do you remember vividly, walking
yeah,
into MEPS the first time?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
it was
do.
like I was like pretty intimidated, because you see all these massive like, security guards, and you're just not used to seeing people in uniform, and there's people all over the place in uniform, and they're just kind of like looking at you like, and you're just like, gosh, like what the heck? And then just a quiet building, you walk in, it's just like dead silent, unless somebody needs to speak. It's just dead silent with whatever like chairs they had, set up for us to sit and just wait. And
Mhm.
then of course we end up waiting in those chairs for like 8 hours until you get called back to do some weird like, just like they're trying to find like your background. They're going over all your information, and they're asking you questions like, so, did you commit any like, did you break the law at all? Did you any of that kind of stuff? Do you ever go to jail? Um, lucky for us, we never really got in any major trouble with the law. So it was easy. We're just like, no,
Well,
no, you're just
you never got in any minor trouble with the law either. Like there was,
Yeah,
right? Like you guys were pretty squeaky clean when it comes to that stuff.
yep. So it was easy.
Yeah.
Uh, well, it was just long days there.
yeah, super long days, and then after you do like the medical whatever, I think you wait like quite a while before you get like results back, and it's like, okay, yeah, you pass whatever, and then it's basically at that point you're just like scheduling an appointment to leave for boot camp.
Well, you had to take the ASVAB test too, right?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. ASVAB test is like kind of before MEPS. I forgot about that. Yeah, your recruiter will like set you up if you have a good recruiter. We got blessed, but if you get a good recruiter, he'll give you like practice ASVAB tests, so like you kind of know like where your score is at, and then he gave us the actual ASVAB test in the office, and then it took like I don't know an hour and a half for me,
Yeah. It took me
whatever.
about like 2 hours.
But
Silas, tell me about your very first ASVAB test you took.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh. Yeah. So Staff Sergeant King sent me my first like practice test. And at the time I was working and going to the gym, trying to balance it all. So I would wake up at 4 a.m. Most mornings. And so I was like, well, I guess my only time to do it is in the morning. So I took the test in the morning. I like split it in half. I did like the first half in the morning, and then came home from work, and it was like later. I think it was around 7:30, and then I did the second half of the test. And I was like, all right, it should be pretty good. Like I thought I did pretty good. Sent it in, and cutting score. Like this is like, you know, the the dumbest you can be to join the Marine Corps. It has to be like freaking 31. And so I'm thinking like, well,
Like a
surely I'm gonna get
minimum. Yeah, like it has to be at the
well,
lowest at a minimum of 31. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm like, surely I'm above that. And so he sent me my test results. He's like, dude, you
No,
you
he
botched.
goes, did you even study? Like, did you even
Yeah.
try?
So I ended up getting like a 21 or 22. And it was just ew. I was like so upset. So then he sent another one, did it at a good time, and I think I got like an 80.
Yeah.
So it must have just been like in the morning when I was tired or something.
Yeah. And we studied too. Like I think we even like got some cool tests on because they have some I want to say they have some tests on Google or like apps for it and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
I
they
think
do.
we kind of like study through those. I really enjoyed them
Yeah.
because they're kind of my kind of questions
Yeah, I
on
think
that
like
stuff.
while I don't remember doing any studying,
me either.
but when Staff Sergeant King would send the practice tests, Like you were, if we had a question like Dad, like what is freaking like what was it? Like the dyes and
Oh
the dye?
yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, it was the
I had no idea.
it had a picture of the tap and dice set.
Yes, tap and dice. I had no
Yeah.
clue
Yeah.
what that tool was. So like asking you like, what the heck is this? And you were like, oh yeah, that's the whatever. So
Yeah.
I don't remember. You looked over some of the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun.
The worst part about the entire MEPS, and this is like leading up to it because I think this is like our last MEPS visit, was when you have to like go into like a room just completely like blocked off with just you and the doctor. And he has this AI thing of like everything medical in your past. So he's like asking you questions. And if you lie to him, he can see like, that you're lying. And then at the very end of the medical exam, like you got to strip completely naked and bend over and spread your own freaking butt cheeks and look up your butt. And it was just like, this is like that was like the one thing that I know I remember being so like nervous about. Looking back, I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like in boot camp, you see, grown men naked all the time, but it was just
Wow.
weird. It was
Yeah.
very strange.
Yeah. It was weird.
So then, okay, so then you got through the MEPS tedium, and it's kind of like we get our date to figure out when you're going to get shipped off.
Yeah.
Do you remember that, like leading up to that day, that you got shipped off? I mean, I remember some of it.
Yeah. I mean, it was the week before we spent the week at the beach.
That's right.
Um, so it was
Yeah.
kind of like good to like get your mind off things, but
Yeah.
My
it was
mind
it
was
was
definitely not
also
like,
yeah, me either. Like I was like in a time I didn't even want to be at the beach. I just wanted to leave. Like the biggest thing for me was just the lead up to it. Like I just wanted to leave immediately. Like
Yeah.
the sooner I can start, the sooner I can be over, the sooner I can get through my schoolhouse and hit the fleet. Like, it's just
yeah,
um
so anxious the whole time. Like I
yeah,
remember not being able to just like chill at the beach. You just like, oh, like
yeah.
boot
Yeah.
camp is literally next Monday.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man.
You're just waiting. You're just like, and then you get your plane ticket. And you're
Well,
in a
so
freaking
hold
room.
on. So
Well, yeah.
so hold on a second. So what we did was we got home from the beach, and then I think we probably had what, like Saturday and Sunday at home, and then Monday we took you out to Harrisburg. Monday night or something like that, I think it was, or was it Tuesday?
Well, I remember Sergeant Fuentes came to our house
That's correct. To pick you
and
up.
correct.
That's correct.
So he picked us up. We went to MEPS.
In
We
Harrisburg.
did like a whole bunch of like waiting and stuff and whatever. And then what happened was we like got in this room and they did like a breathalyzer test to us, make sure that we weren't like, you know,
Yeah, no
whatever.
drugs, no alcohol, no
Yeah.
nothing like that. Yeah.
And then they gave us like plane tickets and stuff.
Okay.
I'm sitting next to him and we're looking at this paper of like plane tickets and I'm like, all right, looks good. We're going from here to here to here, whatever. And then I think we go to Georgia and then we get from Georgia to South Carolina or North Carolina, and then we get on a bus and whatever. But I was looking at the times of departure, and I was looking at it, and I was like, interesting. So I was looking at mine, and I was looking at his, and they were like two completely different times by like 5 hours.
Yeah, yours was like 2:30 in the afternoon, right? And Silas was
Yeah,
like
like this.
8.
Yeah, this doesn't seem right. So like I asked somebody, or I don't know, maybe you asked somebody, that we're like, look at this, like we're on the buddy system, but our flights are different. And she's like, no, 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 it's all good. Once you get to boot camp, you just say that you're on buddy program. They're gonna put you in together in the same platoon. I was like, oh yeah, yeah, okay, good to go. Yeah.
You didn't think
All
anything
right.
of it. You're just like, okay,
Yeah.
chilling.
Yeah. And then, we finish the whole MEPS process, go back to like a hotel room, get like a little brief at the hotel, you know, and then I think you guys came out.
Yeah, we did because we had
We went
pizza
out and
that
got
night. Remember,
we
we
got
went out and got some pizza.
pizza. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that. And then it was all kind of like a blur. Like
I
Oh,
don't
and
remember.
I don't
Silas,
even
you spilled pizza. Didn't you spill like grease or pizza on all over your pants?
Europeans.
Yeah, I don't have any memory of like that night except for mom crying.
Yeah.
Really? Like you don't remember going to pizza or anything like that?
No, most of that stuff is just blur. Like,
Wow. So it's just like completely blanked out.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to seem like rude at all, but I didn't want to be there. I was
Oh,
like,
I'm
yeah, just get me
sure.
out. I was trying to leave. Like,
Yep.
um, and then pizza was like where we said our goodbyes, whatever. I think we went to Target as well. I got like a
Yeah,
Dr. Pepper. I
that's
remember
right.
that.
Well, we had to get him some jeans because his pants
Yeah.
were all greased up because
Yeah.
of the
that would have been
pizza.
horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we go back to the hotel room and then it's kind of just like, I don't know what it was, like a 0430, 05 wake up, and then I don't even know. Got did we get on a bus or
We
oh
went
yeah,
we
yeah,
went
yeah.
downstairs like the
For
MEPS
breakfast. We
MEPS
got breakfast
breakfast.
and then we all like lined up in like the super weird line. This army dude came out and he's like, good morning, police. And then like nobody said anything and he was like yelling at us
Wait,
and
he was Army or Marine?
he was an army.
He
He was
was
like
Wow.
okay.
army vet.
Interesting.
He's like,
Like
Okay.
he wasn't even I don't even know what he was doing, but he came out and we are like all in line. He's like, good morning, police. And we like two of us said like good morning. And he's like, no, 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 you guys are not ready for boot camp. He's like, good morning, police. And we're like we're not like none of us are in the mood right now.
everybody's just like stone
Everybody,
cold and just like
yeah,
could tell. Yeah, they were just all anticipating.
yeah. And then
Wow.
like had breakfast, and then like they made us get all on like a big line on the bus. And we load up on the bus, and then I don't really remember anything from there. Kind of just like got to the airport, but
Oh yeah, the airport. We were just chilling at the airport.
yeah, we
I mean, I
were
was there pretty much. Like I
Yeah,
was
you
there
were
for
there
like,
like all day, weren't you,
and
Silas?
then I looked at the time. Yeah, I looked. I was just looking at the time, and before I even left Pennsylvania, he had already got to Parris Island and
right.
Oh,
started boot
that's
camp.
right.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm in the seat, and like I'm kind of stressed about this like flight thing about our times being different. I'm just kind of stressing about it, and like I fell asleep in my chair, and then like somebody who was on the same flight as me like woke me up, was like, yo, dude, we gotta go. Time now. I'm waking up. I'm like, what? So I'm like, put my little string backpack on because you're not allowed to take most stuff. I have my wallet, my orders, or whatever, and then
Your phone.
uh, yeah, and then basically got on the plane. I was like, I said goodbye to Silas, give him a hug, and I was like, see you there. Guess
Yep.
I got on the plane
Wow.
and I was so nervous. I was so nervous, and then I flew out to Georgia, and then we had a layover podcast. Flew out to Georgia, and then freaking from Georgia to North Carolina. Got on the bus, and then once you get on the bus, you're just cooked at that point.
Well, already, like I remember just like shaking in my boots when we were in South Carolina. We weren't in Parris Island yet, but we were in South Carolina because it was very humid outside. But inside there was like this little room full of like tables and benches and stuff. And we are just waiting there for the Marines to come pick us up and like load us onto the bus.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And while they were in there, there's Marines in the corner just I don't sit down, shut up, like yelling at us. That's the first time we've ever been like yelled at by like a Marine. So we're all like
They were
just sweating.
they
Oh
were
man.
probably like 4 years into their contract, admin, haven't done a single
They're
thing,
like little
like a
corporal. Like I
little,
remember seeing corporal.
yeah.
So
But like
okay,
yes,
so
so much more.
Caden, you show up first to Parris Island.
Yeah.
And it's at this point, it's what, probably dark out. Is that right?
Yeah, it was dark out.
Yeah. So then you get off the bus,
I
and
get off
I
like
mean, they're
so we
yelling at you to
stop.
get off the bus, right?
We stop and like I'm by the window, but we're not allowed to like pick our heads up. I turn to my right and I just see the window and then I see some yellow footprints and I'm like, oh no, we're, we're cooked. What am I even doing here?
Yeah.
And then I was like, the drill instructor came in, or I don't even know, and they started yelling at us, get off the bus, get off the bus. I'm running off the bus, still in the yellow footprints. And then like
I, sir, no, sir,
yeah, they
or
give
something like
like
that.
a 1 minute brief, like what we can say, what we can't say. And then I was just like, yeah, like I'm in it now. So
Hmm.
yellow footprints, they're yelling at us. We all get there, accountability, count us all. We're walking up to the freaking double doors,
Hmm.
and they give like a little speech like this is the one and only time in your entire Marine Corps career that you will walk these doors. Like they have the double silver doors, and then they
Yep.
have like little tiny doors on the outsides where you can walk in and out, but
Mm.
you will never walk through the double silver doors more than once.
Okay. So that's
So
so okay. So that's good. That's good info. So you guys, you would walk through those double doors one time,
Mhm.
yes,
and that's as you're obviously coming right off the yellow footprints. So that means your DIs, they never walked through those doors. They always walked through the side doors. Is that right?
They had to walk somewhere around. I don't even
yeah,
think they walked through the side doors. They like went around the building and came in the other entrance.
yeah.
Wow.
They just like kind of stay on the outside and just point where to go.
Okay.
There's like just rows. There's just rows of where to go,
Hmm.
and each row is like a different platoon. I
Okay.
didn't know that. So when I'm walking in, they said go to that row. You're walking in there, and everybody in that row is gonna be 3058.
Okay. And then do they
I
fill
was
up each row? Do they fill up each
Yep.
row first before they
Yeah.
move to the
Sometimes
next
like
row?
sometimes like two or three rows or like 3058.
Hmm.
Then the next is like 56, 57 for the girls platoon. And then you're just basically trying to understand what the drill instructors are saying
Right. Because
and
yeah,
like
when they're
trying to
yelling and talking so fast, it's like
It's
they're
hard to
like
understand what
I'm
they're
yeah,
saying.
talking fast. And like I don't even like remember a lot. I called mom, I'm here, whatever, love you, bye. Hung up the phone. Then you gotta like make sure your phone's off. You gotta show the drill instructor like tapping your phone, make sure it doesn't turn on.
Hmm.
And then you're just filling out some papers. And then
I remember I was shocked, like just absolute shock. I'm like, Caden's already like deep in this somewhere on this island. And I'm like, dude, we're both stranded here. Like, what did we do?
yeah.
So Silas, when you were on the bus, like, so you got to keep your head down,
Yeah.
right? They show up
Oh,
on Parris Island.
bus. And like the seats were like, on the bus are very close. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
trying to keep your head down, like you have to keep it below. He said, if I see anyone your heads rise above like the head, like the headrest, he was like, I'm sending you back to MEPS. You're not going to boot camp. So my head's like crunched
Oh
like this
man.
whole like hour and a half drive. I just remember like I couldn't like move my
Everybody
neck.
who stands back up is just paralyzed. They're just like,
That's great.
it's all dependent on the bus driver too. Because I was talking to some other people. They said the bus driver actually let them out at the Paris Island gate and let them like take pictures and stuff.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's
So
that's
then
unbelievable.
Silas, okay, so when you guys show up, it's first come, first serve, meaning like you just get filtered into a platoon.
Exactly.
First come, first serve. So what does that mean for the buddy system for you guys?
So for the buddy system, I'm kind of just like stressing about it, but like I can't really ask a lot of questions at this point. I'm like, let me just get in like the squad bay or whatever, and then as soon as I get in there, then I can like start asking.
The crazy thing about it is y'all got fucked on that because me and Joseph did the buddy system. And we got put in the same platoon together. We just stayed close.
Yeah,
You guys got at different times and ended up getting on the same or getting in different fucking chairs, like you said. So
yeah,
y'all got fucked
yeah.
because me and Joseph got being in the same platoon. We just stayed close.
Mm-hmm. And then after like you sign papers in that room, then they take you. You get issued all your stuff, your camis, your skivvies, your boots, whatever. And then I was remembering we got our boots like the same day we got there. I'm like, yo, like I remember I'm not like I heard people telling me like we don't get our boots the same day we get here, but we did. So like
Hmm.
that's I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Turns out they
Nice.
don't let you wear them for like 2 weeks.
Oh,
No,
You
like
just yeah, like a month. You have them in the squad, but you're just not allowed to wear them.
wow.
yep.
Um, and then yeah, you just get like issued all your stuff. You sit in the room. Jones are just screaming at me. I'm falling asleep. Just my head just
How long are you
clocks
in
back.
that? How long are you
Falling
guys in
asleep.
that room for?
For like
Uh,
three days.
three days, no sleep, sitting in a chair 3 days. Get box shower, whatever. Go out, shave your heads, come back, sit for like 8 hours. Go
Wow.
out, do this, come back for like
Are
eight
you allowed to
hours.
talk to anybody in there?
Not really, because there's you get like fake, you get issued like fake drill instructors.
Hmm.
Like receiving
You're
dose.
receiving drill instructors for like a week. Um, and then they're just basically yelling at you, whatever.
And they're
They were
dude
so scary.
so intimidating. I'm like, this is just like the receiving drill instructor. Like, what's like? And he would just tell us like, just you guys wait until you guys like get real drill instructors. And we're just like, what? Like, some of us are crying. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I can do this. Like, and we're just trying to help dudes out. Like, it's all right. It's all right. Just freaking receiving. Like, just keep, just keep going. Remember your why.
Yeah. And yeah, we get like after we get our head shaved, we're still in our civvies. Go back to the room. They're like, all right, now changing in green on green, white socks, running shoes. And then I was like, dang. And we pack all our civvies in this brown bag, roll it up, tape it up, and then like you're never gonna see those clothes until you grab.
Okay, so you were back. You were saying, yeah, you were saying that you basically taped up your civvy clothes in a brown paper bag, and they were like, "You're not going
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
see these until the end."
And your phone in a separate like brown bag. And you're just like, wow, like the next time I'm gonna, you know, lay my eyes on those is when I'm graduated.
Yeah.
You're just
Wow.
like,
You put your
what?
phone in your like phone charger and like your wallet. I don't know. I kept my wallet.
I did too.
Phone charger, a couple of things in like a brown like envelope.
Yeah.
They keep them in like a Foot Locker. So like when you get like to like the Marine weeks where like you become like a Marine and go out in limbo for the first time,
Hmm.
you just get your folder out and then open it up and your phone's in there. You
Okay.
know. So
So when you guys were in that very first like receiving like room for 3 days,
yeah.
were you guys together?
No.
So
So there was
you
a whole room.
specifically for your platoon.
No. There was two there was two platoons per room, I'm pretty sure. It was me on one side, like 3,058 on one side, and then 56 on the other side.
Okay.
I just remember like constantly looking around. I'm like, all of our heads are shaved, so I might just be like tripping and just missing him or something.
Right.
Yeah, like
So I'm constantly just looking around the entire room, trying to make sure like he's not in there.
Yep.
Everywhere I go, I'm just looking for him, looking for him.
yeah.
Can't find him anywhere. I'm like, dude, maybe like he like backed out and like I'm the only one here. I'm like, you know,
Yeah. I remember I was like, nah, we're both here. I remember having like gut feeling that just you're knowing that like you're here. But when we were in that room and we all got in there for the first time before our heads were shaved, I remember like everybody's just sitting down, sleeping, whatever. And I was like, maybe Cade's just being quiet. So I just stood up and I was like, Caden, Caden. And I was just like freaking out. Where, like, I was like, just answer me, dude. I thought you were there the whole time. Just could, like, it just wasn't seen
Like
for some
maybe he was
reason.
Yeah.
just like maybe he was
Just be
asleep or
quiet.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you will never be more tired than you like. You'll never
For
be
3 days.
more tired as you were like in boot camp for those 3 days
Yeah.
of literally no sleep at all. Like drones are screaming at us, I'm just falling asleep, and it's like,
Already lost your voice.
yeah, your voice is already gone. It like just hurts right now. Like it just hurts so bad your voice.
Because you're just yelling
Um,
all the time.
yeah, and then I don't. After those 3 days, no, I think before those 3 days, like you're still like in that room trying to remember. You go to like medical and you get like 100 shots, and you're just at medical all day long, and you're just getting shots, and then it's like freaking like hearing tests, eye tests, all this stuff. And like what I remember vividly is going to the hearing test. I put on those headphones and I'm like having the clickers to like click if I can hear it.
Yeah.
And I put my head against the wall. I'm out for the whole thing, for the entire thing. It's a soundproof room. It's quiet. Nobody's allowed to talk.
You haven't had silence for like ever.
Yeah, and I was like, this is insane. I'm like, I think I clicked like once or twice, and then I was out like a light. I mean, just gone.
That's hilarious.
They open the door and they're like, all right, you guys can come out. I'm like, yeah, well, I didn't even like do it. So
Oh my word. So either that or they think your hearing is terrible.
terrible.
You can't hear any of those beeps. So
Yeah.
Silas, did you stay awake for that?
I did, yeah. It was a struggle. I remember like bobbing my head.
I'm sure. I bet you that happens to everybody or most people.
The worst part about that day was the peanut butter shot. Because it's like everybody's like, oh dude, the peanut butter shot hurts so bad. And I remember Sergeant Point just telling us about it, like on the way to MEPS. And it's just like this needle, it's like literally like that long. And you just pull down like your right butt cheek or whatever. They wipe it off with alcohol and it's just bam, right in. Like just not without thinking, they just right in. You're like, oh, like you can feel that it's deep in there.
Yeah.
And they were putting a thick liquid in there.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's insane. And you cannot walk straight for like 3 days.
Oh.
I remember after that, it was like the same day we got to our squad bay or whatever. And it's like once you get to the squad bay, you're just dumping all of your gear. And you're basically just doing gear checks. So the drill instructor will hold up something. Do you have this? Yes, whatever. And then it's like all the stuff, and then you like marking all the stuff with your marker, putting it all on your wall, your locker, like your foot locker, getting your bed situated, like everything. Like the receiving drill instructors are basically just bringing you up to speed so that when actual DIs come in, your foot locker's already done, your name tape on your foot locker's done, your bed is made, your freaking camis are labeled, like your foot locker is labeled, you got a lock on your locker, your shoes are under the rack neatly, exactly how it's done, so that when they come in, they're just ready to go.
Yeah.
So
wow.
Those, I mean, I remember they gave us like a little blue bag to like hold our wallet in there and everything. And that was bad. I had that blue bag. They're like, you will not lose this ever. If you do, you're getting dropped. Go on the porta john. Set my canteens down. Set this blue bag down right next to my canteens. Run in, take a piss, run out. It's gone. That blue bag is gone. And my heart just dropped. And I was like, I'm done. Like I literally just got here. I've been here for not even a week, and it's gone. Like I'm done.
I forgot about the blue bags.
And then I was asking around, do you have it? Do you have it? Do you have it? Have you seen it? Nope. And then I was like, yeah, I'm cooked. I saw a receiving drill instructor, the one that was like the most scary, had that blue bag. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. He's just swinging around, messing with it. I go up to him. Morning, sir. Can I have this blue bag? And he's like, this is yours? And I was like, yes, sir, whatever. And then he's like, no, you're not getting this blue bag ever again. He's like, I got your card in here. I got your social security number card in here. I got everything in here that I need. I'm going to go buy myself a Hellcat. And I was like, I remember being so scared. Like, he's actually going to buy himself a Hellcat with my card.
Which has no money on it.
Exactly. If I had like,
or had like $100
or something,
yeah.
Like,
that's great.
Then, I remember like when he gave it back, he's like, "Yep, I already bought the Hellcat. It's on its way." And he like gave me the blue bag, and I went to reach for it. He pulled it back, and then he went whoosh, and just slung it like really far, and I had to run and go get it.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. And then
My gosh.
yeah,
So at this point, I mean, again, at this point, you just hadn't, you had no idea if the other had even shown up.
right.
Like every day that passed by, were you thinking like, I still haven't seen him? Like,
Hmm.
did you start to lose hope that they even showed up like every day? Or was it like, I know they're here, but I just don't know where they are? Like, what was
I
that?
So
remember I remember thinking like maybe today, like, we're gonna go somewhere. Like if we go to the parade deck, like I'm gonna pass by and instead of like looking at like 3056, I'm gonna try to like look around at 3061. Like I'm gonna just like scan everybody and try to like see their faces. When you're doing drill, you're on like formation, you're walking to
your
chow,
covers
and
down,
you just like
whatever.
try to like look over to like the other platoons and I'm just like scanning like but everybody looks the same because you all have buzz heads. And it's like, is that Caden? No, that's not Caden. That's Johnson Phillip. That's like whatever.
Hmm.
I remember this one kid because when you guys were buzzed,
Yeah,
um, for some reason from the back, Johnson looked just like you.
yeah,
And I was just like, that's gotta be Caden, that's gotta be him. But it wasn't.
right.
Like Johnson P, the one that you went to ITB with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So, okay,
I
so
remember
go ahead.
I remember the first time I saw him. We didn't hit the squad bay yet. I'm pretty sure.
How many weeks was
Like
this? Like, how many weeks into it was this?
no, like this was like in those 3 days of like in the classroom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
I remember we were getting our rifles issued. And then like right after our rifles were issued, we were going to the squad bay. I remember like walking out and like I look over and like this random platoon already got their rifles issued. I'm like, dang, they already got the rifles. Like, we haven't got our rifles yet. Like that's pretty cool. Constantly during boot camp, you're always looking around and you always see a platoon that's like higher than you, and you're like, dang, I want to be there. I want to be there. I want to be there.
Mm.
So his platoon got his rifles. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I wasn't even thinking about like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to find Silas if he's in there. I'm just walking past and I just look over and I see him and I was like, what? So I'm like trying to like signal him like, yo, I'm here. But he was like laser focused at what he's doing, whatever. And like I saw him. So I was like, all right, that's it. That's all I need. That's
That's
it. I'm
awesome.
done. I'm satisfied. I'm like, I
Yeah.
saw him. He's here. We're good to go.
But Silas, you hadn't seen him at that
Yeah, I
point.
didn't I had not seen him until we had a class with the whole like battalion in this one squad bay.
How long was
And
that into?
that was 1 month.
About a
It's like a
month.
month and
Oh
a
wow. So
couple
it's like
days, I
four
think.
weeks.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there like, crisscross, just like,
It was
you
with a
know,
chaplain, wasn't it?
left palm over left knee, right palm over right knee.
Was it with the chaplain?
It might have been. And I just remember looking over and like seeing him on the other side of the squad band. I was like, I just started like, I lost it, man, because I was just like, you're in the process of getting stone cold, and then that taste of home and like comfort I saw, and I was like, he's still here, like he's still freaking alive, like yo, he's been through the same like month of crap that I've been through. Who knows like what kind of stories he's got, all this. And so then like it took forever for me to get his attention. I was just like I didn't know what to do to grab his attention. And then the people around him, I would look over and like, yo, tap him. And they're like, what? Like all like I was kind of making a scene. And then finally, like, he was like wondering what was going on. So he looks over and I'm like trying to wave. And then he saw me. And then it was like, yo, like we just like looking at each other,
That's
like
so great.
trying to communicate like as much as we could, just looking. And then he was like this. He was like, so I didn't know what that meant. I was just so like stupid. I was like, what is that kind of like sign language? And it was just like,
I was trying to say head
Head
call.
call. Yeah.
Because if you gotta go to the head
Hmm.
and then you make a head call, you know what I'm saying? So I was like trying to communicate.
right. So, and I was like pointing back to the bathroom. We got to go back there.
So
So we both,
I remember just sitting there look back and like, yo, we got my head call. And like he didn't understand. I was like, all right. So then I like face forward. I was like listening what the drill instructor or whatever was saying. I look back and he's gone. So I'm like, oh shoot, he's probably in the bathroom right now. So I'm like scrounging around looking. I'm like, yo, you come to the bathroom with me. Like, time now, time now. He's like, oh, dude, I don't gotta go. I'm like, dude, I don't care. I don't care. I'm like, we're going to the bathroom. I stand up with this dude. I'm walking to the bathroom. My guide, he goes, yo, you're not making head calls right now. Sit your ass back down.
Florence.
And I'm like, my brother is in the head right now. And he's like, go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
That's great.
I was like, yeah. So I went in there. I'm like running around the head. I can't even find him. I made like 3 laps. I can't even find him. And like I turn around and he's right there.
Oh,
And I just remember giving him a hug, asking how he's doing, what platoon he's in, just that I could just that I was tracking.
sure.
And then after that, we were seeing each other more often.
Yeah, because
After
when we
chow
asked like
hall,
what platoons we were in, so we could like look out next time.
yeah.
So usually like they always hit chow before we did. We were in one of the last platoons to hit it.
Mm-hmm.
And so they would be walking back to the squad bay while we were walking to the squad bay
To chow.
or to the chow. And yeah, and then like you see each other and just like give each other the head nod.
Yeah.
And that we all looked like dorks because we had our white socks, we had our cuffed pants with like our go fasters,
Our black
running shoes.
Here, go fasters. It's great.
They were
And
That
there's
shit, dude, that shit,
like no boots. Like our sleeves looked like
like
Oh, my
like
word.
the pole swimmies.
they were probably like little donuts. Like
Oh yeah, it was bad. But then you start like, all right, he's 4th squad leader, so I'm trying to like recognize all the other people in his his guide, his 1st, 2nd, 3rd squad leader, so I can like recognize them. So if I see any of them, I know that he's like kind of nearby.
Yeah.
You're kind of just like trying to pick up on some information.
Yeah.
So then after that, like, did you guys ever have classes together, or did you ever have like any, apart from like being able to see each other from a distance, like, did you ever rub shoulders like side by side? Were you ever able to be next to each other?
Yes. So
Stuff.
through like
Oh.
classes and stuff,
yeah,
when we were in like a huge like classroom during the day. All the platoons were in there, like everybody. And I just remember like him, because he was a squad leader. He would just walk up and down the aisles, making sure that people aren't, asleep or whatever.
yelling at recruits.
And then,
Wake up.
yeah. And then I just remember him like walking past. And then I was like, if you get tired and like, you fall asleep, you just stand up and you walk to the back of the
Okay.
room. So
Yeah, I believe it.
I just would always
Oh
stand
my
up and
gosh.
walk to the back. He would stand up and walk to the back, and then I would just kind of like look over. All right, no, drill instructor's looking. I just ran over there to his side,
Nice.
and then we were both sitting next to each other in the class, and then we were able to like talk and stuff.
That's awesome.
About like, have you gotten a letter from mom and dad yet? Nope. Every day we go to the class or whatever. Have you gotten a letter yet? Have you gotten a letter yet?
A really great like. I mean, we would always end up just like talking about home, and then we both just end up like, just like you see out of the corner of your eye, like a teardrop just fall to the ground.
Yeah.
Well, you're
They always
exhausted. You're exhausted. You're tired. You're going through something that you've never gone through before. So naturally, like your emotions are just going to flow out.
Your
Yeah.
body's basically just breaking down,
Oh, exactly.
but it's having to still try to keep up with all the stuff that you're doing.
Yeah.
And then you're getting a class to just like knowledge dump, which none of those classes were necessary.
And they're all like subconsciously like integrated, like now, like it's stuff we don't think about,
Yeah, I guess.
like saluting an officer 6 to 30 paces, like that was all stuff that they
Yeah,
taught in those types of
it's
classes.
So it's muscle memory now.
Yeah, but yeah, your body's breaking down. Whatever you see him, it's family. You see home,
That's right.
and you start crying.
Yep.
It's insane. I
It's
can't imagine
incredible.
going through like that, like without somebody also doing it with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another great way like we could see each other was during like the runs and PT
Oh
occasionally.
yeah, like if we were doing like a PFT or whatever,
Yeah.
different platoons would be running at different times. So always it would always end up. It's kind of hard to explain how it ends up this way, but it always ends up me like 3058 and 3062 are right next to each other, platoons.
Yeah.
Stats are in Pineda, my chief drill
Oh,
instructor. Yeah.
shout out Stats
That,
Arpinado.
yeah. Shout out to her. We
Shout out.
freaking she's like, all right, 3058, go. So our whole platoon runs. And then about 2 minutes or like a minute and a half, 2 minutes later,
Oh,
then his platoon starts running. Silas is a better runner than me. So I know he's gonna catch up to me. I know it.
Mhm.
So I'm running, and I'm just basically trying to look out for him. Where is he at? Where's he at? And then he'd always come up right beside me, and we were able to just like stick with each other
That's
do you have
awesome.
Hokas?
through the whole run. What?
Do you have Hokas during boot camp? Yeah, yeah. So I would always look out for the white shoes, like, and Caden has a very like huge stride.
Yeah.
So it was just easy to tell, like, oh, that's definitely Caden. And then I would run, and I had to work extra hard. I remember being like smoked just trying to catch up.
Man.
Yeah, we were able to do those with each other, and then
Oh man.
yeah,
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, like, I think it's very interesting that, the whole buddy system completely just broke down, right? It didn't even work somehow
yeah,
for you guys.
Yeah.
And, but in one sense, like, even okay, so if you look at boot camp buddy system didn't work, but then as soon as you get your MOS into your next thing, and then you go to the ITB, which is the infantry training battalion,
hmm
now you guys are together, which again, you're
yeah,
not supposed to be,
no,
right? So it
we're
was
not. Yeah,
such a funny way of how it got flipped because so let's say so now you're in the end of boot camp, right? And they give you your MOS. How's that work? Like,
uh, they they don't give you MOS in boot camp. They say you're O3XX.
oh,
So
okay. So
I
when do you
get
get your
I
MOS?
in ITB.
Near
So
the end.
near the end of ITB. So
Oh, okay.
you don't get your MOS until you've actually finished like the course for your MOS.
Yeah, you're an alleged Oath 52 until you finish the course and pass all the tests and
Right.
do all the technicals and
So
everything.
during boot camp, and at the end of boot camp, we were 0300, just 0300. We're infantry, but we haven't picked what category of infantry we're at. Are we at 31, 40, 41, 52, whatever.
Do you get to pick that, or do they pick it for you?
That happens all at ITB. You do get a say, but it's mainly dependent on your GT score. So I wanted to be a 52, and then um I was like, yeah, I want to be a 52. My GT score was 120. They were like, yep, you got it. You're good. And then I think he wanted to be a machine gunner.
I did.
3-1, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
31.
31, but his GT score was way too high. It was like 132 or whatever.
Yeah.
So they were like, we're not putting one of the smartest dudes in the whole schoolhouse to be a machine gunner, you know.
Yeah.
So it kind of probably would have been nice if you were a machine gunner, because then looking now, we would have been able to teach each other
Right.
the knowledge. But yet again, it was nice to have him also with me through the Other 52 course, because also learning all the knowledge, we were able to help each other out with like memorizing all the stuff.
Yeah.
So
Now, when you guys went to the
really,
schoolhouse, but when you went to the schoolhouse, you were, I mean, you were side by side, right?
yeah, the whole time.
Wow.
Shared a rack, everything.
So it was
Like
like,
shared a
That was almost like what you should have had in boot camp.
It's exactly what we should have had. But like I said, going back, I wouldn't have changed a single thing. Thank God worked that out exactly how he wanted it to be worked out.
Yeah.
Because if we were in the same platoon, I would have been just relying on him for most of things.
Exactly.
So just like if I have a question, I'm always asking him, yo, Silas, what do we do in this scenario, whatever, just asking him for stuff. But for me being by myself, I have to do that.
Right.
So I was able to learn a little bit of independence.
Yeah. So it is really cool to,
out.
yeah, I was gonna say it's really cool to look back and see how that stuff was perfectly orchestrated, by
Yeah.
God. Like he knew precisely what you needed, Caden.
100%.
And same thing with you, Silas, right? Like,
Yeah.
So then when you get to ITB, now you're both kind of independent. You know how to take care of yourself, essentially.
Yeah.
But the cool part is now you have this, you have your brother with you.
Which was awesome.
Yep.
But ITB was not easy, was it?
No.
So boot camp, which one was harder, boot camp or ITB?
ITB.
Definitely ITB. Boot camp, it's not hard. You basically just have to you can be retarded. Like you can actually be retarded through boot camp.
What does that mean?
Like
you're a legit retard? No.
Yes.
Like actually have mental problems,
No.
or are you talking about like you're just stupid?
Yes, there was.
In my platoon.
Really?
Yes.
And in ours as well.
Oh, really? So you like there was a legit
Like actually, like yeah.
What was his name?
Argudo.
Argudo.
No, in your platoon.
Oh yeah, you guys had Argudo.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Who was his name in mine?
Started with a B.
He was in your platoon first.
And then he transitioned to yours.
Yes.
Which I was pissed.
But didn't he get
there was a
dropped?
retarded kid. No.
Okay.
He didn't get dropped.
His senior drill instructor was like, we don't want him anymore. We're gonna give him to freaking 3062.
Yeah.
So we just walked over. I was lead deck.
He just packed all his bags and walked over to his platoon. And I'm like, and you can't do that with me? Like I literally asked you. I was like, can you switch platoons? He's like, no, it's not possible. 1 week later, he goes, yep, that kid, you're going to 62. And I'm like,
like what the heck?
The heck?
Oh man.
When somebody would ask him a question, he would literally just like the drill instructor would be screaming in his face, and he'd just be like, and you're like, the drill instructor was kind of like freak out and be like,
what's happening?
Like, yeah, you're just so confused. It's like, what is going on?
Like, are you okay?
Yeah. But I mean, you don't have to be the smartest of the bunch to pass boot camp. It's literally the only thing you're doing in boot camp. You're just following orders and instructions. Go here. All right. You just go there. You go there. You go there. You do drill. You don't have to be perfect at drill to like pass boot camp. We did have one kid who was just like refused to do whatever the drill instructor said. If you refuse to do stuff, they will drop you.
Wow.
Like you just say no to the drill instructor, they will drop.
There's kids in boot camp that like are still there from like when we were in boot camp.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be there for like another year. The dude like we had this one guy in our platoon that started feeling shin splints, and he would go up to our senior drill instructor at the end of every day, because like at the end of the day you report to the senior drill instructor if anything happened. If you have something to report, you just go up there and bang on the hatch, whatever. So he bangs on the hatch every single day. He's like, I have shin splints. Really think I should go to medical. My shins don't hurt. The freaking last PFT that we did, he was just running, and his foot slipped off. His foot slipped off like the side of the road, and it wasn't like a big drop off. It was probably like a 3-inch drop off, but it was just enough to like give his leg impact, and his shin just literally just completely snapped.
Oh,
and he had to be there, and he's probably still there. Like, hopefully, maybe he's graduated by now, but he had to be in like an 8 month recovery, like because it like evidently there was like tendons involved in it too.
Imagine he's in our boot drop.
Dude, that would be insane.
That'd be nuts.
But yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. And there was like people in boot camp also like, the more you go along with boot camp, you get to week 7, week 8, you start becoming comfortable. You know the system. You know how to like work around the system. And a lot of the recruits started getting comfortable. And our senior drill instructor was barely ever there. Like his senior drill instructor was there more for us than our own like was for us
Wow.
because he was like on leave because something happened and he had to be away. And so he was never there, but when he would show up, it was a haze fest or whatever. But at the end of the day, you gotta fold your towel after a shower. And they would make it a workout. Like if they had time to kill, you'd be folding your towel like this for like 3 hours. And
Oh my word.
we had this one kid that would just like, he was next to a big dude and he would just stand behind like the big dude offline and just hold his towel like this and never fold it. And the drill instructor would go up and down and up and down and up and down. And then the drill instructor would pass and like he wouldn't see him. Somehow this kid got away with it. And I remember just having to take him almost every day, just giving the talk, dude, just lock in. You got 2 weeks. We keep getting messed up because of you. And he was like, it's not my fault. This guy does it too. And it's like, you're in charge of yourself. If somebody else is doing it too, that was a big problem in boot camp. Like, somebody else is doing it too. So, like, I'm going to do it.
Oh, man.
And then that person's like, well, he's doing it too. So I'm going to do it. And it just goes back and forth. And it's like, no, focus on yourself. Like, do it for everyone else. And then it narrows it down to like one person still being lazy. And it's like, you are the only one doing that. You need to work on that. And then it's like, after chow, we'd come home, just be in the squad bay cleaning for hours. There's time to kill, obviously. The parade deck was being used and there was nothing else to do. So people would just like slide underneath the racks and just go to sleep. And then out of nowhere, you hear just snoring. And then we all get up online and get counts, and the counts are off. In my head, I knew exactly who was still under the freaking rack sleeping.
Oh, no.
And the drill instructors knew too, because this is not their first rodeo. So they walk around, they're looking, and boom, Patrick, get up, everybody get outside. Like, and it was just, we're done.
Oh, man.
Well, all because one person decided to be lazy. And I just never understood that. I just never thought it was worth it to take that chance. I came close one time to getting us in big trouble. After that, I was like, yeah, you can't do that anymore.
So then if some young kid is listening to this wanting to, or just interested in going to the Marines, as we wrap this thing up, we got 7 minutes left. Like, my thing is, what kind of advice would you give to some young recruit coming in? Like, what's the absolute best advice you could give?
At least for boot camp.
Yeah, just boot camp at this point.
Just boot camp. It's gonna suck, and you're not gonna get like a lot of time at the end of the day to like write your family or whatever. You just gotta lock in for those 3 months. You just gotta be really good at just listening to just orders and whatever drill instructor tells you to do something. You just do it. The main thing in boot camp was people just complaining all the time.
Yeah.
If you just keep your like chin up, whatever, you can just scream, "I sir." That's gonna get you really far. And you literally just don't complain and just do whatever they tell you to do. and just actually care.
Mhm.
If you don't care and you're just like kind of just like looking around like, oh, I don't want to be here, I don't care. You're gonna get dropped and you're gonna be there longer. If you want to get off the island, lock in for those 3 months. They just lock in, just stand at attention, scream I sir, and you're there. You're done. You're gonna get there. For initial testing and final testing, you don't have to worry about those because in all the classrooms, they're like, yeah, this is gonna be on the test. Be sure to write your notes down. Most everybody's sleeping. And I was
Yeah.
like kind of stressing out, like, I'm gonna fail this initial test. No, the drill instructor will set up a projector in your squad bay and have that exact test and then have you run it through it like 100 times until everybody in the entire platoon gets 100% on the test
Wow.
for initial and for final testing. So
That's
when
good
you
to
go in the
know.
actual class to take the tests, they're the exact same tests, so you're gonna pass.
Yeah.
Like it's not even that hard. Like boot camp was so easy. You just have to just learn as much as possible and just stay awake. One, stay awake. Two, don't complain. And three, just listen to what your drill instructor tells you to do.
Yeah.
And then you'll graduate with
It's
ease.
all you have to do. You just have to do what he says.
Yeah.
Even when you like feel lazy, it's like you're
Yeah.
gonna look back at boot camp and think that was actually really fun. And yeah, it's kind of like traumatic, but like there was a fun to it.
Yeah.
You
bet.
create friendships that are stronger than like you've ever had with anybody else because you know everybody's going through the same struggle.
Yeah.
You're gonna create like enemies, that's for sure. But yeah, you just keep going. Just make sure your rack is tight and
Yeah. You'll be fine.
So make sure your rack is tight, as in like that everything is clean and in order, tidy,
Yeah.
or are you talking about like your bedding?
Yeah, your bedding,
Like
your
everything.
shoes underneath like the rack, where your bags are around your rack. You know, if there's like one of like the shoulder straps just hanging out of your day pack, you like tuck it in. Like your day pack's just on the floor underneath
Yeah.
your rack. It should be like in line with the corners of your rack or however they have it set up. But if
Mhm.
anything is like poking out, just make sure your rack looks good. So like the drill instructors can use it as an example. Whose rack is this? This recruit, sir. And they're like, everybody's rack should look like this. Like you want to be that guy.
Yeah. That's awesome. Did you tell me before that you would not sleep under your covers? You just sleep on top?
Yeah, I never slept under my covers.
Nah. As soon as that lights went off, boom, rip the sheets. I'm tucking myself in. I'm going to sleep. Like,
But
if I
Silas,
can get
you
the
did.
best, if I can
No.
get the best
Oh, good.
recovery, yeah, I would literally get out of my rack, walk to his platoon, walk in the room, and just be looking at him in his bed. And he's just like standing at attention on his rack. I'm not even supposed to be in his room. I just walked over there.
So you mean like he's absolutely asleep,
Yeah.
zonked, but in like perfectly like stiff as a board
Yeah.
on top of his covers.
Yeah.
And you
Yep.
and Caden, you were tucked in, like you were like under the
Oh yeah,
covers,
I
all
just ripped
snuggled
those
in.
sheets off. I ripped the sheets off, got myself all snuggly because I was like, if I can get the best amount of recovery, then tomorrow, then I'm not as tired and I can put out more.
That's right.
So
That's
recovery is a
great.
huge.
So you guys are so different in that realm.
Yeah, well, I like being kind of colder anyways while I go to sleep. Like,
And it was
shiver.
warm down there, wasn't it?
It was very, very hot. And the sun was extremely intense for some reason.
I mean, it is South Carolina on the coast
Right.
in
We
the
got 2 months
summer.
left.
You guys were in freaking August. Yeah,
Yep.
2 minutes left.
2 minutes left.
Yeah. Well, listen, next next podcast we'll talk more about like ITB and the transition between like
Yeah.
boot camp into ITB. We'll kind of like discuss that stuff and just kind of, go
Yep.
from there. But, yeah, we'll wrap this thing up right now. And, we'll just join back in next week.
Sounds good.
Cool.